Hey, what is up guys? It's your Roy Speed here, and today we're going to be watching the first 4 minutes of a ranked 38 carry player on Troll Warlord, and then after that we're going to be comparing it to a 3k Troll Warlord and also watching his first 4 minutes. So this video will definitely give you a very clear idea of why your early game is not good. It's just not. And that's the thing about Dota, it's such a snowball effect. Like, I've realized this about life, but every single second counts. Every single second, every action you make adds up. And so I want to show you the clear differences between a 9k player and a 3k player. By the way guys, if you want to become absolutely broken, well, what you need to do is sign up to the gameleap website down below right now. The reason why you should do that is because every single day we post a new video there. Content that you simply just will never get on YouTube, we post every single day to the website. It's really top tier stuff. I'm very proud of what I make over there. We also have other creators, many of my great friends who are top tier Dota players, creating guides about different heroes, different roles, different items, skill builds, talent builds, everything you need to know to get to the next rank. So if you feel a little bit lost, you're a little bit stuck, click the link down below. I'll see you guys there. And now let's get into the video. Okay, so right off the bat, a couple things to note. Troll is a low armor hero. He's also a slow hero and a ranged hero. So the only advantage you have early on is the fact that you're ranged, but you should take advantage of that. So you'll notice even right away as the lane starts, he uses the fact that he's out of aggro range to hit the Legion for free. Might seem small, but things like that are really what, high MMR players do. They min-max almost everything. And so yeah, just gets a free auto win, and that auto doesn't draw creep aggro because he was hitting from outside of the range. On top of that, as we follow through, his awareness is significantly better than any 3k player. You'll notice he's clearly looking at the minimap here. The reason for that is as this Dawnbreaker goes in, he follows up her movements with a slow. This is going to enable the Dawnbreaker to trade with the Legion significantly better, as Legion can't kite out easily. On top of that, his movement when last hitting is actually it's in tandem with his support. So if his support is trading down to the right, he's going to look to help. Troll Warlord is one of those heroes that early on into the lane is almost always going to try to help the trades, especially if his 5 is an Undying, an Ogre, a Bane, a very aggressive hero. You're going to want to posture like this. However, if you're laning with like a CM or an AA, a hero that can't stand in front, then you wouldn't want to do this. But look at his movement. He's clearly last hitting and then walking forward. This is because if Dawnbreaker gets committed on, he wants to be able to help, and obviously that's kind of what ends up happening. His W wasn't great there. He's trying to hit both heroes, kind of misses. So not fantastic, but the idea is there, right? Looking to shift over, help out, and then continuing to chip down the Legion. The thing is, he's not overcommitting to this trading, right? He zones out for a little bit, and then he's going to go back to CSing. Even there, he actually slightly overcommitted in my opinion, but it's basically the right idea. The next thing he's going to pay attention to is HP pools. So Legion is clearly very low on HP here. So all you need to note about this clip is basically that he doesn't overcommit for the Legion kill until she steps wildly out of position, right? Until the Legion literally lets Dawnbreaker get off a free W when it comes up, he doesn't approach, and as a result, he's able to get a kill. Honestly, I think Legion was basically dying intentionally there to get his resources up, but all in all, you can see the pressure here is fantastic. Even as Hoodwink goes for the range creep deny, he quickly realizes, just because he's constantly watching the entirety of the screen, that Hoodwink was going for the range creep rather than backing off, and as a result, instead of going for the deny, he just fits in a bunch of autos onto the Hoodwink. As well. And so this is going to snowball, right? Because just trading with Hoodwink a little bit here, I don't know why he's chasing so far, but just trading with Hoodwink a little bit is going to allow them to take a favorable trade later on into the lane. Next up, let's talk a little bit about target switching. What I mean by this is basically, if you watch the average player's gameplay, when they're going for a kill, they'll basically only have the awareness to target the first person they go on. And this is it's a very bad thing. And the reason why it's a very bad thing is more often than not, when people are out of your spell ranges and your attack range, you want to let them go and switch to the next target. Because, as I said, it's not all about kills. Dota is largely about your ability to slowly chip people down and just slowly win the HP battle. It doesn't always have to be this full to nothing. Can it be? Yes. If you're playing IO Tusk as an offlane combo, you can solo kill, well, not so. you can full to nothing most heroes. But as we see here, he's going on the Legion, right? Chipping her down, chipping her down, chipping her down. Realizes, okay, she's out of range. Even if he slowed her there, out of range, they're not going to be able to get the kill. So instead, he shifts over to this Hoodwink that is wildly too far up, and now they can punish her. Goes into melee range. This is basically, this is important because when you go melee range on Troll, you can root and you get higher attack speed, and you get movement speed. So if you have the opportunity to close the gap and attack with melee, it's significantly higher DPS overall. So he does that. He's able to close the gap. I think he doesn't get this kill because of the bushwhack, yeah. Doesn't get the kill, but either way, just slowly winning the HP trades. And I think, yeah, they even end up killing the Legion because of another good target switch, right? He is so good at knowing his ranges and not over chasing. The amount of players that would have chased Legion and then chased Hoodwink when they couldn't actually get the kill is insane. And even throughout all of this, as we end up the 4 minutes, he still has 20 last hits. Nothing insane, nothing next level, but the reality is for how much he was trading in this laning stage, with his current net worth, this is a very good score. Now, you might be like, oh, Speedy died and you didn't show it. Honestly, it was just, he kind of just got chipped down. I could have talked about it, didn't really matter. The big thing here to note is that even though he was trading this entire time, he still manages to get 7 denies and 20 CS. If in your average pub, you look at a laning stage where they're fighting a lot, their CS will get crippled. It is a talent, it is a skill to be able to do both. And notice how his pressure has affected this Legion. I don't know how Legion has only 5, that is ridiculous, but that's the effect, guys. Not only does he give himself a good game, he punishes the offlaner, and this is the effect of playing Troll Warlord in a favorable matchup. Alright, and for this match, we're going to be following SVPSD, which kind of looks like Speed a little bit. Crusader 5, let's get into it. Alright, so he's against a lone druid, but that doesn't really change the fact that he can be trading. For instance, in this lane, what I'm going to be looking for is he going to casually hit the bear? And is he just in general going to threaten the bear with Enigma? This is information that most LMR players don't know, but the bear right now is actually very weak, especially level 1. I will quickly click on it for you guys. It only has 1100 HP, which is frankly not a lot. It has 3 armor, which is not that high. And so yeah, you can basically chip it down, especially considering the fact that basically every lone druid player is only good enough to keep it in melee range, and so it's often just easily auto-attacked for the entirety of the lane, but we'll have to see. So like right here, for instance, you see how he just goes AFK? I know this might seem small, and it is small, but the small things are what really matter the most, right? He could have just hit the bear for free there. And so he's kind of just focused on, oh my god, he took his Q. Oh my god. I don't remember. I think I've seen this before, but like it's almost always bad. It doesn't really do anything. The only thing it helps you do is last hit, like in terms of like just your average auto attack with Quelling Blade, right? You get double the damage, but frankly, ranged Quelling is fine right now. It gives you 6. It's higher than it's ever been. And not having your Whirling Axis range is insanely bad because it's a low mana ranged AoE nuke that slows and does 90 damage. It's insanely good for putting pressure and last hitting. It is one of the best level 1 spells in Dota. Really, it's insanely good. And so him not taking this here is so bad. All right, just straight up misses the CS. What the? All right, there's a Bristleback and a Lone Druid in the same lane. So, but really, I'm curious to see how much pressure he's going to be able to put because the enemy lane is honestly very weak. They just have 2 heroes that don't pressure a lot. It's also 2 melee heroes, basically 3 melee heroes, because Lone Druid's range is really bad, and so I want to see him put pressure. So it looks like he's going to be shipping out a wand, which is pretty reasonable against Bristleback. I can get behind that. I kind of would have preferred just see a Stick plus Wraithband. I think Wraithband is actually justifiable on Troll because when you're in ranged form as this hero, you actually only have 2 to 3 armor, which is quite low. So the 2 armor you get from Wraithband and the attack speed you get is really nice, especially building up Fervor. So yeah, just I want to point out, guys, he has literally thrown out how many auto attacks on the enemy? 0. Not a single auto attack, not a single chip, not one, not one, not a single one. How many nukes has he thrown? Not one. Well, he didn't skill it, so, you know. I guess I have to give him the benefit of the doubt. But not a single one! Not a single auto attack. And people are like, why can't I gain rank? It's like, well, you don't do a lot of things. You need to look at what you're not doing. And also, I do want you guys to keep in mind, because I know a lot of people will watch this and be like, oh, but Speed, you know, I am very aggressive in the lane. There is a thing as being over-aggressive as well. Don't just think, oh, because you're aggressive, you're good at the game. A lot of people get that wrong as well. They'll like, for instance, mid-game, you have the typical Ember Spirit or Void Spear player who's like diving their tier 2 and then flaming their team for not following them. There's a difference between being stupid aggressive and then calculated aggressive. The Troll in the first game, hopefully I pointed it out a little bit, but he was being calculated aggressive. He wasn't just running into them. The Dawnbreaker would start the trade and then he'd chip them down. With an Enigma on his team, yes, Enigma should be also being significantly more aggressive than he is, considering the enemy lane is very weak right now. Bristle and Lone Druid are very bad at this point about in the lane compared to Troll Enigma. So that's just a mistake on both of their parts. But either way, even there, why did he not chuck a ranged axe? Like, what? Think about it. Why did he not chuck a ranged axe? Why not? It's just because he's slow. Like, there's no other way to put it. This has to be a hit slow. This guy is wildly out of position. He's not protected by a wave. He's facing you. Bristleback, I mean, honestly, he got a lot of armor buffs. He used to be a really low armor hero, so he's not that bad in terms of armor, but this has to just be a couple of free autos. Instead, he's trying to deny a full HP range creep. Why? I mean, it's not full HP. It's like, 2/3 HP. Why? Just hit this guy. You remember the clip I showed you in the last portion where the Hoodwink went for the range creep? You know what he did? He punished it. You know what this player does? It just tunnel visions, because that's what the average player does, and that's fine. I get it. It's hard, but that's the thing. You're not going to gain rank unless you're able to do both. Then I don't know why he runs at this guy melee range. He's just like, I'm going to get you. No, you're not. You need to be ranged. Just hit him twice. Okay, skill build, I really hope he takes Fervor. I think not going 1-1-1 on Troll is like a mega sin. A lot of people take their Q, it's so awful. All right, he took Fervor. Let's go, baby, yeah. All right. This guy really doesn't know how to go into range form at all. He's never in range form, which is unfortunate. Okay, he's also got 700 gold saved up. 700 gold saved up. Hit this guy, E, slow, you have full mana! He casted his first W, unless I missed it. He casted his first W in the span of 3 minutes and 40 seconds. You know, the other troll, it casted like 6. And you might be like, oh, that's because the Dawnbreaker. No, it's not. It's because he doesn't know how to put pressure. Doesn't know how to put pressure. Like, this Bristle is constantly stepping up. Oh my god, this bear's 2 HP. Just kill it. Man up! Click your E and man up. This guy doesn't know how to cast his spells. So basically, what I'm trying to show you guys here is that this Troll Warlord player is your average carry. He knows how to get last hits because he watched a couple Game Leap videos. He's like, Game Leap speed told me to last it. But then, and that's great. This guy's lasting. It's good. Look, it's good. Great. That's fantastic. I'm not even going to flame him for that, right? It's just whether or not you can do both on these heroes that can do both, right? Keep that as like your mantra. Am I doing both on the heroes that can do both? Because for instance here, there's like a 2 HP Lone Druid Bear. He's got an 8 wand. He's got an Enigma behind him. He's strong. He just runs away like a wuss and ends up taking 300 damage or like 200 damage when he could have just manned up and killed the bear and gotten 300 gold. On top of that, I know I mentioned earlier, but I'm going to mention it again. Having 800 saved up gold during the laning stage is just a sign of a weak player. There's no other way to say it. If you ever catch yourself saving up this much gold, unless you're specifically buying like Ring of Health, it's just a mistake. There's no other way to put it because you could easily have... Why did he just queue up Satanic? He's not actually going to rush that, is he? Hopefully. Is he rushing Morbid Mask? Oh my god. Gosh dang it. Ah, god. Your hero hits for like 3 damage. Morbid Mask isn't gonna give you like almost any lifesteal early game. Like the reason why it's okay on a hero like Ursa, is he gonna buy it? At least buy it. Alright, he changed his mind. What's happening? Okay. He'll buy an item eventually. Nonetheless, I hope you guys can see the differences. And please, for the love of God, only because you guys know I read the comments. I do. Not all of them, obviously. But like, what I'll often read in videos like this where I'm like doing comparisons or I'm watching like a low MMR player is people will say like, oh, I'm 3K, but this guy is ridiculously bad. Like this guy, no, he's not. Like this guy, I watch so many replays, guys. This is the average. Like, maybe this is slightly below. I don't know what Crusader 5 is. I think it's like 2.3K, 2.4K. But either way, this is about the average. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you learned a lot. Best of luck in your games. Just remember that everything I'm teaching here takes a lot of time, takes a lot of skill. What I'm showing you is literally how to get to the highest level, right? And that's why you should go sign up to gameleap, because I have more videos. Nah, but really, like, I even just made a full Morphling replay analysis, literally like a 40-minute analysis over on the website of a Morphling game, where I just like break down everything he's doing and show you guys what you need to be doing better as well. This guy's maxing Fervor. That's pretty bold. I actually don't hate this build. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and I'm out. Peace! And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the gameleap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.